Okay, on a similar basis to the last design in the cobblestone generating tower thingy, I've wrapped this one in a pyramid and added a few extra bits. I don't know if it's going to work. Just put this together and we'll see how it goes. This first test, so see. So there's a few extra pistons been thrown into the mix here, which will have a sort of slightly different effect. It may be a bit slower to run because obviously it's building in a couple of directions simultaneously. So these horizontal sections are going to come out first, and then the vertical sections should fill in once they reach the full extent of what they're able to expand to. So it's going to expand horizontally and vertically. That's the idea anyway, and then I'll give you a quick rundown on how to build it. So you can see these sides are now going to go up as per the original design. So I thought that would be a bit of fun. It's like a sort of self-expanding base, if you like from some kind of real-time strategy game. We're going to need some space to build this, only because of the way it expands. I'll just let that continue and I'll show you what we did. Well, very similar to last time, but we're going to build up a level before we dig down. I thought that was the easiest way to explain this. So if you've seen the other video, then you'll know what you're letting yourself in for. It's quite a bit of fiddly. Oh look, I've made that square too big. That's because I'm using a fairly extreme perspective here. So just start with a 4x4 square, put a block in the corner, and I'm going to put the lever on that block. Now what causes all the sides to expand are pistons facing out sideways. So they just go on the side like so, and they're going to be driven by a redstone circuit, which I'll put on the top here. And this is the same circuit that goes down inside the building and drives the other pistons that build the sides up. So that's going to go down that way. We'll deal with what's on the outside first. Now, as before, I need some holes down the side, but they're going to be slightly shallower than before. So this one only needs to be 2 deep, and that just goes on the corner where the pistons is. There you go. Alright, and as before, there's going to be quite a bit of repetition, and then leave a gap. I'll put a torch there for now to show that, and then make this one 3 deep. But instead of digging 3 down, I can just go along, make sure I turn the corner, so I just dig a trench all the way around, leaving a gap, and I should join it with where I was before. Because you saw this in the other video, I won't be too laborious about it. I'm essentially going to repeat the same process, but I've one layer higher up now, so I only need to go across like so in my own height. So I just go around the outside like this, digging this trench, which is going to be 3 deep, so the water's going to be exposed to start with, but that will soon be covered in. It's important to get the pistons in to stop the water from spreading sideways, so order is important. I'll just get this cut out. Try not to cut too much out. Okay. Leave the corner pillar in there and then cut this section out, and that goes up to where the guide hole is there. So it's just going around each of the 4 sides and cutting those out, leaving the corner pillar in place. So that's just leaving a space for the lava to flow through and for the pistons to go in, which we'll deal with in a second, but they're easier to handle from the inside of this section when it's dug out. So that's that bit done. Drop into these holes now. I need to dig out that hole like so, and at this point I'll drop the piston in facing down so that the piston's facing up. So dig those out to the next guide hole, and then it's 6 pistons facing up across there. Obviously recording and running Minecraft at the same time is making this a little bit jerky, so I apologise for that. But it didn't seem too bad on the last video. Okay, and that's the last side to complete. At this point I can put the water in, and I'm going to leave the lava till later for the same reasons as last time. This is a square, so the corner square where this piston is, and it wants to be on that face when you drop it, and that just creates a nice curtain of water. So it's that square there and that square there. We're just doing above what we did underneath last time, and I think underneath was a little bit fiddlier. It's easier to see what you're doing when you're on the surface. Okay, I'm going to leave those open for the lava to be put in, The thing to do now is to work on the inside and the circuitry. So I need to go down 6 levels to my floor. That's 1 level, that's 2 levels, that's 3 levels, that's 4 levels, 5 levels, 6 levels. So if I go across at this, put a torch in, and then we go back up using the redstone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's good. I should be on the right level here, and I'll just go around as I did before, cut around the stairwell with 1 block. This stairs are a 2x2 block occupying 4 squares, so just got to work that out, and then again cut out around the outside. Whichever way you want to do it, you just need to make sure you get the right volume of stone removed. If I do it in 2 layers like that, it seems a bit easier to see what I'm doing. I don't accidentally loop back on myself and go out too far. And then if I cut a shelf in here, what I should see is the bottom of the pistons that I'm going to activate with my redstone lamps that I'll pop in there in a second. So it's just a matter of going around and cutting this shelf out and leave the corners in, and then cut 2 out like so on the left hand side right down, and that's going to be for the torches that are going underground, and that's just to sort out the situation with the overlapping circuits in the corners. Right, now at this point put the lamps on top of the shelf and down in the hole. Just work your way around like so, and as a bit of a bonus, I've discovered I don't need to set the delay on these repeaters when I put them in, so that saves a bit of time. Put that shelf in, just work your way around again. It's a bit tedious having to continually do every wall, but the symmetry does make life a bit easier when it comes to doing this. I'm just rattling through this fairly quickly because I've already shown you on the other video. Right, repeater now, not in the corner but one next to the corner, like so and like so. Not having to set the delay on them, just drop them into place in this pattern. The important thing being there's no repeaters facing those two. Smother the floor in redstone now, and you'll see that it should be getting the power from upstairs. Just leave the square free where we're going to dig down to the next level just to finish off the circuit and get the clock part working. So there I've got to go down 3. So that's 1, 2, 3. Cut across horizontally, and I'll put a torch in so I can see what I'm doing, and then as before I need to cut around where the stairs are, just a tunnel my size so that I can walk all the way around, and then I'll put the redstone in to bring the power down here. So that's brought the power down to us, and now I cut out this channel much like I did upstairs, which is why I did it in that order, so hopefully it'll make it easier to remember the pattern, and cut 2 out the middle and 1 to one side. So that's those narrow shelves that just helps me position the repeaters. Now these repeaters do have to be set to their longest delay time, so it's just a matter of standing in that alcove as I did last time in the other video and setting the delay for each of these like so. I think there's only one more pair to do. Right, and then put the redstone in, and then connect that back up to the circuit. So it's just like so. Okay, and what you should find that each one is it's flashing, which probably means that I need to set the lever to start with, which I might not have done. It's a lever that's putting redstone power on the line actually stops it working. There you go, so it's all stopped working now. Okay, so at this point we've got the water, so we just need the lava to go in. Always leave the lava till last to avoid accidents. So I'll drop the lava in each corner like so, and then I'm going to cover the lava up because I really don't like falling in lava. My best accident to date, if you can describe such a thing as a best accident, was mining lava for obsidian, falling through the lava, having obsidian form above me because I thought it was a good idea to have water around, so I didn't get burned by the lava, but instead it just sealed me under the lava and I lost all my equipment and couldn't dig out in time. Anyway, never mind that. Okay, so I've just covered in those corners, and essentially the rest of it really is decorative. You can put what you like here. I'll leave the top exposed. I built a little pyramid last time to hide the mechanics, just so there was sort of a vague element of surprise. But I don't want to waste too much of your time, since you've already seen most of this before. There's just a little refinement here, so I'll just fill in that last side as I was doing that, and then I'll throw the lever and hopefully it'll work straight away. So throw the lever and back off. So out come the sides, and then once the sides have been pushed out, the walls will go up. Because these corners don't have pistons pushing them out, then those corners will go up first, which adds a bit of interest to the overall build process. And whoops, I had a collision with the side of it, and when it's done it should look like that, or something like that, depending on how much extra stuff you've put on top of it. So there you go. I just thought I'd show you that little embellishment that I came up with, and also the fact that you don't need to set the repeaters on the first level underground, which saves a bit of time and faffing around. Okay then, cheers now.